Number 16, Georgia Tech beats Wake Forest in overtime 30-29. This game was really weird in a lot of different ways. Georgia Tech survives. Talk about sleeping through the first half. That was Georgia Tech. I don't think they legitimately were not awake. They were asleep for the whole first half of that game. Then they decided to wake up for the second half. Haynes King, I thought at times there were some issues throwing the ball, but he did turn it on in the second half. He ran for over 100 yards. Wake's defense was impressive. I mean, they bottled up Jamal Haynes. He couldn't do anything. Damon Claiborne on the other side was fantastic. We can talk about the lack of the offsides call if you want, Mac, because I thought that was really suspect. Wake going for 2 was interesting. You were there, so just give me
Oh.
some overall thoughts on this game.
Well, I think Wake Forest gets up 17-3, and I'm just like, the ACC can have nice things.
This is when Mac and I text each other, and Mac just goes, I hate this. I hate this so much.
I was in such a dark place. It was not good. And that stinks, right? Because you want to be happy for Wake.
Yeah.
Wake played great. But still, at the end of the day, I want this conference to be great. I want this conference to be respected and have ranked dudes and, have an opportunity here. And if a ranked team is getting blasted, it's not good. It's not good. But
Mac, it's on the ranked team to go handle their business. That's the thing.
It is. Trust me. I'm more mad at Georgia Tech than I'm, whatever at Wake Forest. But I do want to start there with Wake Forest because they played fantastic. They were excited. They were juiced up. I loved the game plan. I thought Robbie Ashford played his best game, which it wasn't super consistent. There was some bad things, but he ran the ball super effectively. Damon Claiborne, I mean, one of the best backs in the world. Like, that dude is so freaking – he got banged up. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
He got banged up a couple times, came back after, not playing for a while, big, huge touchdown. Nobody even sniffs him. And then lands on his shoulder, gets a little bit hurt, it looked like, again. But they played fantastic. And defensively, I mean, Nick Anderson and company were ready. Like, Nick Anderson hit Haynes. Haynes King ran it 21 times. I think Nick Anderson hit him at least 12 of them. Like, he was all over it. That guy was flying around. He's super fun to watch. He had 11 tackles, so obviously not 12 times, but he was hitting them a bunch there. And it was one-on-one, essentially, with the way you did it. To address the offsides call, horrific. Literally one of the worst missed calls I've ever seen. Probably lost. Not probably. It did. I mean, that lost Wake Forest the game. If that gets called, it's a first down.
Game's
Wake
over.
Forest bleeds out the clock. It's over. And that sucks. And that's so unfortunate because those kids, that coach, deserve that. They worked that hard for it, and they did it. And they should have had it. They should have had a top 16 victory at their house in year 1 of the Jake Dickert era, and they don't because somebody didn't do their job correctly. I mean, that was bizarre. And there's really no defending it. You can't say, well, we've got pictures. I was there. I saw it. We've got video. It's a really crappy, bad miss. And I don't know what you do because obviously you're not making Georgia Tech forfeit. They're not getting the win back. But that's super unfortunate. I feel really bad for those guys. On the other side, you've got a Georgia Tech team that found a way. And some of that was gifted to you, but otherwise, it was something where you had to claw and scratch. I mean, it was over. 17-3, you can't do anything, can't throw the ball, can't run the ball, can't move the ball. Wake Forest was dominating you, but they found a way. Haynes King is gritty as it gets. He's running the ball in short yardage. He's running the ball in the short yard line and the goal line, and it's hard to stop. And he's a really, really good player. You mentioned going for 2. I actually liked it. I was down with it.
Did?
There's momentum. We're at our home. We're at our house. We got the students right there. Let's go. Let's win the game. Didn't love the play call. Obviously hated the execution. But I liked the thought of going for 2. Thought we would have a little bit better play design there. And obviously Georgia Tech did a great job of stopping that.
Here's just one quick, and I would have loved a different play call, but here's the thing about going for 2. I think back to, I forget what year this was, but it was a North Carolina Clemson game at North Carolina. North Carolina goes for 2. They don't get it. They lose. I feel like it's such an underdog move. Show me you believe in your team. I feel like you don't necessarily believe.
Yeah.
You don't believe that you can continue to compete in overtime. You feel like you haven't done enough to win the game or whatever it is, even though, again, that call, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I just feel like it tells your team, we have to do that. We have to get kind of lucky to win this game.
Interesting. You don't think that it's more of let's go take it right now, boys? We can win the game. Let's go do it.
I just think you need to live to play another down. Like,
Yeah,
as I always say this when I'm calling a basketball game and the underdog's in the game, make the game last as long as possible
sure,
because something
sure.
crazy can happen, and that's
I,
that crazy things were already happening in that game.
yeah,
I hate that call. I
yeah.
hate going
I
for
just
two in that
think as an
situation.
offensive guy, if I have the ability to finish it, I want to finish it. Like
But
I
here's the
just,
thing. Remember with overtime, Wake was going to get the ball back. Right? They were going to
yeah, for
go
sure, for
they
sure.
were going to
But
get
then
to
you got
go
to
be on
rely on your
offense right
defense.
away.
Yeah, but then you rely on your defense to get a stop. And I'm just saying, let's do it right now. Let's just win it. I don't
But
know.
you
That's
didn't.
an interesting. It's interesting mindset. I hated the play
I just
call,
feel
so
like it's such an
obviously
underdog call.
let's not
I
do
don't
it
like it.
again. Work
And
on our
obviously it didn't
2 point
work.
conversions.
You lost the game. So that's what it is. Are you I guess I asked a similar question from what we talked about with Florida State.
Yeah.
Level of concern with Georgia Tech? Do you think it was just it was a similar like, hey, you guys weren't ready, which is
Mhm.
concerning, but we can move past it and move on.
NC State faced a similar thing. They figured it out, beat Wake Forest. Now NC State just had a really bad loss, but Wake might just be a sneaky little team. They just might be a sneaky
Mm.
little team this year that gives people some trouble. Now, next week, these guys are playing the mighty, undefeated since they made a change, Virginia Tech Hokies. They better be
True.
ready. They better be ready. So we'll see. I am concerned about Jamal Haynes. I think he's a little hurt, which
Yeah.
I hate. You know, I want that guy to be healthy. He was a little hurt pregame. We saw him like make a cut and he hurt
Mm.
himself. And then obviously just with Haynes, like if I'm being super real, I think there's something a little wrong with him too because he could not push the ball downfield. It didn't look like.
Sure. Yeah.
So I am interested. I don't know if I'm concerned, but I am interested to see, what do you do? Because I'll be honest too. There was a point where I'm like, yo, put Aaron Philo in the game.
Yeah.
We can't throw the ball. Like, what are we doing? And you're down 17-3. We got to throw it to win it. But they obviously didn't do that, and they won the game. So I am concerned, not the right word. Paying attention heavily, the right word. Like I'm locked
That's
in on
very
what these guys look like.
That's very interesting, Mac, because you do have such a capable backup. And
Yeah.
I think you're right that the Haynes King, Jamal Haynes, both are definitely a little beat up. So we'll continue to monitor that situation.